So, welcome to a new edition of the Authentic Leadership Roadshow. My guest today is Ali Meehan. Ali is living in the south of Spain, one of my favorite spots. And Ali is somebody with enormous energy and activity. And I'm really happy to have you here, Ali. Very welcome to the Roadshow.
I'm very excited to be here, Helena. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Okay, I am the founder of Costa Women, which is the largest female community for women living in Spain or women thinking about moving to Spain. I am also a grandmother to 5 and enjoy living in the sunshine, love orchids, and what else can I say about me? Love positivity. I'm a very positive person, so love anything that's positive and love reading about positivity, love hearing people's stories. Yep, that's me.
What is your unique mission, Ali?
My unique mission, I think, is to give support to women during their lives in Spain, whether that's moving to Spain or moving around Spain, and whether that's in their business life or in their social life, to come up with unique ways for them to connect with other women and find friendship and support during their journey here.
Okay, so how do you do that? What activities do you organize?
We have 28 groups around Spain, and in those groups we organize monthly or quarterly events, and they can be everything from just a coffee morning where women just sit around and chat and make new friendships, to book clubs, to business networking events, to an International Women's Day conference, which we hold every year. For 2019, there'll be more groups starting, more groups connecting, more places for women to find other women, and more business networking opportunities as well. So we've got a lot of things planned for next year already.
That's amazing. So when you hear feedback from the women, from the members in that community, what does it bring it for them?
I've had women say that they were planning on going back to their own countries because they didn't feel they could make friends here. It may be that they had a partner who was caught up with golf or some other hobby, and they didn't find a niche. They couldn't find like-minded people to make friends with. But since they found the community, they've changed their plans and they're much happier here, and they're more enjoy living here. So, or it can be for the business women, you know, I just love watching the way their businesses grow and how they develop as a person and how their businesses develop around them as well. It's an honor to be in the position that I'm in.
Okay, so who does inspire you, or what does inspire you to do all this?
I think the women inspire me to keep going because their stories and their reactions and the way that they get behind and support what I'm doing, it just encourages me to keep moving forward in what I'm doing, and to make new ideas and make new plans for new things.
Great.
I love the quote that the world is full of dreamers and the world is full of doers, but what the world needs is dreamers that do, and that's me. I love dreaming and I love doing.
Yeah,
putting the two things together, making things happen.
Yeah, that's an exceptional talent, actually. Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, the Authentic Leadership Roadshow is all about role models. Do you have a role model? Somebody specific?
Yeah, my first ever role model was my father. He was an amazing person who really was very encouraging of whatever I wanted to do. There was never no, you can't do that, you can't be that person, you can't get involved with that project. He was always very encouraging of everything that I did. So he really has been my role model. He was very into working. So I'm afraid I picked up that side and probably worked too many hours, but yeah, that's something I picked up from him. Yeah, so my father.
Okay. So your father was always encouraging you. Did that contribute to your positive mindset?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because having had a very positive family upbringing
Mm-hmm.
made it much easier to continue with a positive mindset.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Okay.
you hear stories of women that have had a very difficult upbringing or life, and it's amazing how they turn their lives around, and that's also very inspiring.
Yeah. How do you inspire other women? Because I guess that you have a lot of opportunities to do that.
Yeah, I think being positive. I'm very um, anti women that don't support other women.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what is going through someone's head or what they're coping with at any particular point in time. So for me, it's very important to um, be as supportive as you can through
Mm-hmm.
what their day to day lives. Um, yeah.
Mm, yeah, it is an important one. I have the feeling that sometimes we think too much. Okay, we've reached our goals. We've accomplished what we want. We had to sort out everything ourselves. So for the younger generations, just sort it out yourself as well. That's something that I sometimes feel. On the other hand, I do feel a lot of other more positive intentions of reaching out, of mentor programs that are started up, and other referral networks, other things where people are or where women are really ready to paying it forward and to give back. But sometimes it's different. It's difficult to find the ways to do that, to organize the platforms to do that. I guess Costa Women is also a platform where that is making that possible. Do you see it that way as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so. And um, I think the thing for me, most of the time, I'm probably only a quarter of a step in front of the people that are following me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never miles ahead of everybody. I've never, well, I've been there, done that, and this is how you do it, because we're all still learning. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still learning, but I love sharing what I've learnt
Yeah.
as I learn things on a day-to-day basis and passing them on. I don't believe in competition. I
Mm-hmm.
think everything is about collaboration for me. So even if there's, say, two business women that have exactly the same product or service, we're all unique beings, and
Mm-hmm.
how we communicate that product or service is unique to that one woman. So even if you've got a very similar product or service, you're not in competition.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why you shouldn't collaborate and work together for a common goal.
Absolutely. That's basically thinking with a mindset of abundance
Yeah,
instead of thinking with a mindset of scarcity. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Still, it's a difficult one. I really appreciate that you can bring that to your members and create a ripple effect to have this view on how we can live together, how we can work together, how we can accomplish bigger things than and synergies than what we originally would try to do on our own, basically.
I think
Yeah.
we still all suffer fear,
Mhm.
that we look at people that we maybe aspire to and think, well, they're doing it so much better than I am, and what's the point of me continuing, because they've really got everything cracked and they know how to do it. But
Mhm.
actually, they're probably thinking the same about the person they aspire to. So
Absolutely. Yeah. This is
it's
about perception. I
yeah,
guess it's also because we don't always talk about the things that we struggle with or the things that we that didn't work out for us. We try to put them behind us as quickly as possible, and we do
yeah,
not mention them. And that way, we create for other people a perception that if it's not easy, then it means that you're not good enough, which is
yeah.
absolutely not the situation. This is
No,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I love social media, but I think that can be a bit of a challenge on social media, because we tend to share the good things
the good news shows. Hmm.
rather than things that aren't going so well.
Hmm.
And although I don't believe that we should go on there and brandish our souls, as it were. I think we should
Absolutely.
find friends to connect with, to do that with. But I think there should be some reality thrown in there as well.
Yeah.
I always talk about when I started Costa Women, and I thought I started small and thought small. And I should really have started thinking bigger, because the name Costa Women outgrew itself quite quickly, because we cover the whole of Spain. So it's not just the Costas. So I always share that as a story, you know, of things that we should think bigger when we start a new business or a project. How big could this go? And, you know, I'm now at 7,300 members. It's, you know, it's a big, it's a movement.
It is, and it's a very active community. I mean, I'm a member, and I can tell you there's a lot of interaction, there's a lot of activities. So it's not only offering the platform and offering the possibility, it's taking the initiatives and then also making sure that the members are feeding the dynamics themselves as well.
Yeah. I think I think if you feel part of a community and you feel it's a safe place, that nobody's going to laugh at you or say, "Don't ask such a stupid question," or you know, "Why are you thinking that?" Then the community can grow. But it is fostering that positivity and that, you know, this is a safe place. You can put whatever you feel that you need to post on the website or in one of our groups on Facebook.
That's great. That's great. In your work with women and creating this network, what's your most important lesson that you learned? That not everything works. You know, I do come up with a lot of ideas, and sometimes they just don't work out how I would hope that they would work out. And it's learning to test and repeat and test and repeat and just keep trying at it to see what works and what doesn't work. I think it's important to know who your client is. A lot of people that you talk to think that the client is a very broad, wide base, where in fact the more niche it is, the much easier it is to actually do your marketing, do your selling, offering your products. In reality, most businesses do have a very small niche. For me, it's very easy because my niche is me. I am my ideal client, so that makes it easier for me to do my business. And I think a lot of us start businesses that are something that we were looking for, or they offer something that we needed at a specific point in our lives. So that makes it easier as well to do our own marketing. But to realize who your ideal client is, and then have it as niche as possible, and then communicate to that specific person or group. Great, that's a good piece of advice. Thank you for that. Yeah, you told me when we were preparing for the interview, you also create products. You bring products to the market. There was one particular that I really liked, that I really also considering using for my coaching work. That's the planner. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, or can you tell the audience a little bit more about that? Well, this is the planner. This is actually the first product I've brought to the market. I developed this because one of the women that I really admire had brought out a planner, and I was going to buy it last year. And when she advertised it, it was a very large planner, like A4 size, and very deep. And I thought, well, that just isn't practical. It's great for your desk, but it's not practical for us on a day-to-day life to carry around. So over the last year, I've been putting together my ideas of what I would like in a planner. And I've created this planner that just has been launched in the last month. And it's not only a diary, but there's positivity in there. There's what you learned from this year, what you want to carry forward to next year, habits that you might want to develop. And we've also
I've also created a Facebook group for it so that women throughout the year can continue to tap into some bonuses and get some feedback. Each month has a theme.
Mm-hmm.
So for the theme, I'm getting a woman that's very educated in that particular theme to talk about that theme, so that women can actually get more benefit from it that way too.
Oh, that's a very good idea. It sounds like a great gift for the year end, for the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a way people can order it?
Yes, they can send me an email to planner@Costa Women, women, WOMEN.com, and I'll send them more information about it, including a page of what's in there. And
okay, that's great. I will make sure there's a link on the video so people can really go there if they're interested. I will be one of your first anyway.
Okay,
that's good. That's good. So what's the future looking for you? What are your plans for the coming period?
I'm actually taking a holiday for the first time in 6 years over Christmas and New Year. So so I'm really looking forward to that, and to actually having some downtime to think, create, re-energize, all the things that we need to do really over, at certain times of the year. I have got some new groups starting in 2019, so I need to get some dates from them and arrange some events that they'll be doing. I'm hoping to do more business focused events as well. I did an event this month, and we were oversubscribed to the event by 60 women. So there's obviously a need for those types of events, so organize more of those sorts of events. And I encourage the women that are in my group to come up with a word for their year, and it's
like their mantra or
just one word that they're going to focus on for the whole year. We've done it over the last 5 years, and the word can actually take on a life of its own. You have to be a bit careful because you'll see it popping up everywhere. But also, one year I picked the word effortless, and halfway through the year I became very bored because everything was going too smoothly, and it just became boring. So it's important to choose a word that really fits with what you want to achieve. I always suggest to them that they look at the word that they've chosen and then go to, say, Instagram or Pinterest and look up those words as search terms on Instagram or Pinterest to see what sorts of things are popping up. And then if that still fits with the word that they've chosen, then that's a good way for them to move forward. So my word for 2019 is actually support.
Support, okay.
Support. Yeah, because
I can relate to that.
I've been doing a lot of the work behind Costa Women on my own. So 2019, I want to actually get some support in for the work and for me as well. So that's my word for 2019.
Okay, you're full of actionable things. I mean, there's a lot of things that you bring to the world that people can just easily pick up and work with. Is that a competence that you've been building on in general, or is that?
I don't know. It's just something that I just do. Because if you can't action it, then really there's no point in trying to understand the process or the project or whatever it is that you've got in mind.
Yeah.
I think it has to be actionable for you to be able to understand it. They always say if you've got an idea, tell a child, and if the child understands it, then you can communicate it well, and you can move it forward. It's
Absolutely.
when you have an idea that's far too complicated and nobody understands it, then you're never going to be able to sell it or offer it to somebody else. So
absolutely.
but you need to be able to action it.
Yeah, it takes courage and confidence to bring plans into the world. It might seem very simple, but I don't know how you see it, but with entrepreneurs or with future entrepreneurs, but also with women with corporate careers, I can see that there's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of intentions, but then sometimes the bringing it to the world part is missing. And sometimes it's about, okay, I know it's about priorities, it's about time, but often it's also about confidence.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
So
even
how
the
do you,
planner, even after the planner, my husband said to me, but nobody uses paper and pen. Everybody
we
uses their
do,
phones now.
yeah.
So, but I said, but they do. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I've been reading, there's research done that when you write something down, it uses a different part of your brain to when you're scrolling on your phone.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It
I,
is basically bringing your thoughts into the world through action again.
yeah,
And I also use it. I work with journaling, not only for myself but also for my clients, because it brings you in a reflection modus that is different. It's not like
yes,
it doesn't
yeah,
stay in your head. It's like materializing in some way.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I agree. If you do that on a device, it's not the same because
No,
it's
it's
somewhere.
not.
But
Yeah,
if you have a planner, a book like that, and it's beautiful,
yeah,
it's nice to go through, and you can have it in your bag. You can take it everywhere. It's also a possibility to go back in time, to revisit things, to see is it still the same.
exactly.
I think
Yeah.
it's a great
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got things that I've saved to my phone that I never look at. I make notes on there
Same
and I never
here.
look at them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So once in a
yeah,
while, when you're like at waiting, I don't
yeah.
know,
At the
for a
airports or
meeting or
something.
at in the airport or
Yeah,
at the hairdressers, you go to and you say,
yeah,
"Oh, okay, I completely forgot." And probably it was not that relevant, but sometimes
yeah,
it is, and sometimes you can then pick it up. But if you have it more at hand, it would be a lot more effective, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I read the other day that the pen is mightier than the keyboard, and
Hmm.
I thought that's a lovely
Absolutely.
phrase,
Hmm.
but it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay. Last question for you, Ali. Just envision the future. What if in 5 years there would be a famous journalist from a big Spanish magazine contacting you for an interview? What would you like this interview to be about? What would you have accomplished in 5 years in your dreams and maybe in
Yeah,
reality?
yeah. Um, when I was a very young child, I always wanted to be businesswoman of the year. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be amazing. I've also always wanted to get Costa Women on the front cover of a women's magazine. So those would be what they would be contacting me about, because I've just won businesswoman of the year and they want to put me on the front cover of a magazine.
Okay, so is that something that you are envisioning in the short term? Because I thought you were already nominated and
Yeah,
what
I
was
have.
it?
We Costa Women have won awards. We
Mm-hmm.
won the Telegraph newspaper when they had Telegraph expats. They gave us an award for the best of British social club
Mm-hmm.
internationally. We won that one. Um,
Congratulations.
thank you. And I've won other awards. Um, but this is a specific wish, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Businesswoman of the Year. The words are in my head. Those
Yeah.
specific words are in my head, and have been since I was a child. So that would be a lifelong dream.
Okay, but you're on track actually. I mean, things
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
going in that direction. What would it take to get
Totally.
there? And how can we help you?
Thank you. Well, if anybody who's watching this has got a magazine and they would be interested to feature the story of Costa Women, how we got to where we are today, where we're going to go for the future, then I'd be delighted to hear from them.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of awards ceremonies at this time of year, but it's finding one that would fit with Costa Women and what we've achieved, because a lot of them they do in the UK are only for UK businesses. So it's
I see.
finding a specific company that are doing more of an international type event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you never know that we have in our
No,
audience
you don't.
people that have ideas. I make sure that they have the link to Costa Women as well, so they are able to contact you.
Perfect.
And if it happens, Ali, I will be the second one contacting you for an interview then
Thank you.
to share with everybody how this had happened. So I wish you all the best with Costa Women, and I'm really looking forward to enjoying the network myself. And I'm sure that there's a lot of other things that you will be doing in the coming periods, and I will certainly watch it and invite everybody watching this video also to follow it, because there's a lot to do and there's also a lot to learn. There's a lot to connect with. So even if you're not yet a Spanish resident, that's always possible. That's my big dream, Ali. So
Good.
yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
hopefully we can help you as well, Helena, make that your reality.
Mm-hmm. We work on that. Great. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for the interview, Ali.
Thank you
And
for inviting me.
looking forward to talking to you soon. Bye. Okay.
Yeah. Looking forward to
Bye-bye.
meeting you in person. Bye.
Bye.